Okay, OData Neo. Let's get started. What up, Paul Worthy? I enjoy having your feedback on everything, man. I love it. It brings me a lot of happiness, prosperity. It just kind of makes my day, and that's what software engineering is all about, right? All right, for people who never kind of been on this series or never watched this series before, this is a different series that Paul Wardy, Sam Q, and I have started about a year or so ago to develop an OData standardized OData library. And if you're not familiar with OData, that's okay too. We can kind of get you up to speed real quick with the OData protocol. The the usually the website actually needs a lot of work, but one thing at a time. So just for the people watching, here's the link. Go read about OData. There's a lot of cool things in there. Okay. With that being said, Paul, the last time we talked about this, we talked about building or enhancing an existing broker that can do this, applying an expression on taking a link query and applying it on a collection, right? So this is where we were last time. Hey Sam, how are you doing?
Good.
Mabrok, happy that you caught us live. Okay, so let's just go back to the architecture. Paul, did you have a chance to put together a draw IO for the architecture, or did you, as usual?
You're mute.
I knew I forgot something.
Do you know who is this Raul Lorenzo? He's I don't know if you guys can see the chat from YouTube, but Raul Lorenzo is Monk.
Oh,
That's Monk. You've been talking to him for 50 million years, so okay. He's probably saying it differently. But okay, Paul, do you have the architecture, or do I need to put it together?
I was meant to do it.
You were meant to do it. I love it.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
Basically, I got buried in some work stuff, so I didn't get around to it.
I love it. Okay.
It would be a good opportunity for us to go through diagramming.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure that this is the bright side of it.
Yeah, it's a bad excuse, but I was thinking
it's an excuse.
The way that you shut up. The way that you draw your diagrams and the way that I draw them are
very different.
Yeah.
It's almost like the difference between right and wrong. It's almost like. All right.
Disgusting.
Okay, Ward, let's do it. So we have two orchestration services.
Why do I come to these things, Sam?
I don't know. I honestly, you keep showing up. You'd think after 2 times you'd just be like, okay, I'm done. But no, you're still here, which is great. I love it. By the way, I just discovered recently that, through StreamYard, I can not just kind of broadcast on YouTube, but I can broadcast on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all at the same time. So the next time you guys will be hanging out with me, I'm scaling out. And how I'm going to scale out is that you're going to be like broadcasted on Twitch, on everywhere, like even Twitch. I'm going to make a Twitch channel. I think I do have one, but I never use it. And we'll go from there. Okay, so this is our architecture here. We have
so next time, notify me ahead so I can.
You can run away.
Do my haircut, something like this. And
so just so you understand, moving onwards, what I'm gonna do is that the streams that are long streams, right, an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, if they're not kind of driven fully by myself and I'm trying to kind of engage people and whatnot, all of these will be in the live area. So you have videos in here, but you have live in here. And this live area, like, see, this is all coming into that section. But also you'll find videos, right? But these videos were kind of very hard to categorize because some of them were discussions and some others were, basically just I'm actually just showing people something. right? These are like the 15, 20-minute video. Sometimes they might be longer, but they mainly focus on one particular topic, not necessarily engaging. It's not meant to be engaging. It's meant to be a reference for people to go back to and talk about and engage in terms of discussion and whatnot. So that's the deal. That's the deal. So let's go back here. So, okay, Paul, can you go real quick? Hey, Florian, nice to meet you. So help me out here. We have a tokenization service, and then we have a projection service, and then we have O-tokenization service, right? And then we have O-tokenization orchestration service. And then in here, I know we have a expression service, and I know we have OSQL service, and there's another one. Do you remember it? And this guy goes here, this guy goes here. So this is OSQL broker or SQL broker.
There's an O expression service.
O expression service, right? So that's O expression, and this is your expression broker, like that, right? And then we have all of these kind of hooked up like that. And then what did we call this one? We called it O query orchestration service, something like that, right? And then in here we have O query.
Expression broker should be O expression broker, right?
Is it O expression broker or expression broker? Are you sure?
Just looking. We've got an expression broker. We've got an expression broker and a SQL query broker.
Okay, expression and a SQL query broker. Good. And then above those, we have O expression and then O SQL, right?
O query service. Oh,
we have O query service.
We have an O SQL as well, yeah.
We have O query service as well, right?
Yeah. So O SQL service depends on the SQL query broker.
Okay, so hold on. So we have O SQL service and O query service, right?
Yeah, and they both depend on the SQL query broker.
Gotcha. SQL query broker. Got it. Okay, cool. So this is our dependencies. You know, for those who are familiar with this kind of pattern or paradigm with the standard, and then we have our primitive operations. You'll see the color gets darker and darker as we go further. You know, they're all kind of coming together. Do I have even a darker color? I don't. Maybe for next time. So this is our architecture, guys, right? We have the O query coordination service. You know, we have orchestration. It goes through the system and it does all that magic. What we want to implement, we can either add this on top of the existing expression broker. That's one option. Or we can create a new broker that does that stuff. Let's just go and see what kind of brokers we have here today, and then we will get started. We're that close. We're very, very close to getting all of this done, and then we can call it. So let's see here. Here we go. I trust people can see my code, my screen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me open up the solution real quick. Okay, so this little piece that Sam kind of provided the other day for us to kind of test all of this, I put this under so I have SQL queries. We have your models. We have all of that great stuff. Cool. And then where did we put our execution model for the rendering? Oh, this was a different. Okay, hang on. So this is an expression broker. Yeah. We stopped in here. We basically said that if I want to move this, I'm gonna go and say apply expression. The only problem with this is that, you know, now your model is inconsistent, right? Because now your broker is not, and that's the hard rule is at the foundation service layer. You can get away with that, like your storage broker, for instance, is the same storage broker that returns students, returns teachers, the same storage broker that returns. The hard rule of a pure contract is from the foundation surfaces and onwards, all the way to the exposure layer, right? So we shouldn't have a lot of problems with that, right? That's not an issue that you should be struggling with. And we even gonna be doing something very similar to that very soon with the OpenAI.net. But you know, it's certainly not this query here. So Sam, do you mind kind of sending us the query again? Actually, we have it somewhere in the POC. Let me go get that POC real quick. Here's this guy. Let's go to the POC OData Neo.
Do we have the
tell me.
pull request, correct? No, go ahead.
Yeah, in the pull request, that's right. So we have a POC setting up in here. That's right, Sam. And in here, we should have, if I do period, for those who are not super familiar with GitHub, if you click period, it'll open up a nice navigator for you that you can view the files and whatnot. This is one of the cool things that you can get outside of the box in GitHub. Okay, and in this area here, we basically went and got this guy. And what this guy does is it takes in a source, it applies an expression on it, and then it moves on. Good for us. It's honoring the exact same contract in a way. Hi, Lucy, and it's pretty cool. Okay, let's go here. Paul, this is Lucy, right? I can't hear you, but okay, cool. Okay,
yeah,
so this
I didn't think you guys wanted to listen to Lucy chatting my ear off in the live stream, so
always that's a no-brainer. We wanna hear Lucy all the time.
Say hi to Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Hi, Lucy.
Say hi,
Hey.
Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet. There's only about 15 people watching you, Lucy. So, okay, guys, let's do this. I'm gonna reset this, and then we're gonna go ahead and kind of create a new branch. I trust that our property filtering is done as a feature. Yes, Sam? Do you remember? Sam is
Filter
gone.
is done.
Yeah, remember the property filtering based on property, the token to be a property? Rings any bell? No?
You mean the $select?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Talking
the
about
last
the
time?
proof of concept, right?
No. Guys, we were writing the last session. We added an additional select or where clause for filtering based on O-token property.
Yeah. It
Do
was
I need-
from the book that we found when you did the proof of concept stuff.
Yeah, do I need to buy all a round of coffee? What's happening? Wake up with me here. Hey, I'm here. Stay with me. Okay. Let's go to the expression broker and let's slap
I
this.
tried to check up with you.
Right. Okay, Sam. So let's go here and let's put that in here. So we don't need, Paul, what was your clean way of doing this? There was a couple of these that we actually don't need in here. So I know that we have the call. We need that call for this variable, and we need this variable in here. So this is the one that we don't care about, I'm assuming.
My understanding was you could just do. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, hang it on. Tell me.
I think you can do just expression exp.invoke, and then give it sources, can't you?
We can. Okay. Just a second. I got distracted by Ash was talking about the calendar and whatnot, because the calendar started to get really, really busy really fast. So okay, that's the standard community calendar. Okay, and then we have this guy here, and then we have as queryable all of this at the very end. Cool. What were you proposing, Paul?
I thought we could just do exp.invoke and then give it sources.
We tried that, remember, like this?
Yeah.
We tried that, remember? There's even
Yeah.
something called create something. Yeah, create EF property expression. I'm pretty sure there's a way to normalize this. The one thing that concerns me here, you guys, this little guy in here, right? This little guy in here is a little bit concerning. Sam, do you see any risk in here?
So
Sam,
how to look for the
Sam, are you on
index one?
Wi-Fi again? Are you on Wi-Fi or hardwired?
You can hear me?
I can hear you, but are you on
Can you hear
Wi-Fi
me?
or hardwired? Yeah, I can hear you, but you're delayed.
Really?
Okay, let's do a test. I'm gonna do this. You say
That's
I
why.
heard it. What is it? What is it, Paul?
I was thinking that we were calling invoke on the expression. We're not. We're calling it on the method info, which you've got to extract from the expression. So does expression have? Yeah, expression has on it. Can you do expression dot method and then do dot invoke on that? No. Expression dot method.
Just expression, right?
Yeah. You might have to cast it.
There's no method here.
Yeah. Okay. So it's method call expression then. Yeah, because you're having to cast it, right? So what happens if expression can't be casted to method call expression? You're going to get a null there, aren't you?
It blows up. Yeah.
Everything's going to blow up. And as per your previous, you were pointing at the array there, or arguments one. If for some reason it's a method that doesn't take one argument, that's going to explode as well. So
that's right.
Two arguments, isn't it? Because this is in C# array indexing, so that's the second argument.
Right. Well, there's a couple of things here. We know this works. It just needs a simplification. So why don't you create an issue, code drop, simplify this.
Want me to do that now?
Yeah, that's why I told you now. We will come the next session. I'll be like, I intended to do it.
Yeah. I was just so lazy. I just couldn't be bothered.
Okay, guys. So we have this execute, going on there. So I'm just gonna create a branch. Users, Hassan, Habib, expression, brokers.
Should it be
Expression.
async?
Why? Why is it async?
No, I mean, should it be async or not?
Hang on. You want this to be async? Why? Where is the awaited call in here?
And why is it static? No, I'm trying to.
We don't need it to be static. I don't think. Do we need it to be static, Sam?
No.
Okay.
And
cool. We have a broker. What? Tell me what ails you, and I will help. Tell me.
No, go ahead. What I'm thinking is, so expression broker is a default implementation for expression broker.
Right.
Shall we mark the method as virtual so customer can
Not yet.
customize?
Hold off on that.
Yet. You can do it later. Yeah.
They won't even see that broker. Not yet. Okay. So let me go here and say brokers and then execute expression on iQueryable. So I'm kind of pushing up. Sam, I'm gonna need your code review on this. I'm gonna create a quick pull request. This is great. I'm pretty sure, I know that a lot of people that are watching us on stream are probably confused. What is this? Unlike the OpenAI project, this is like a 1.5 year kind of project has been going on. So feel free, honestly, just, jump in and say, hey, explain all of this from scratch. I'll be more than happy to kind of accommodate, your questions. Okay, so here's my brokers. Sam, do you want to take a look and give me a button on this?
Sure.
Hassan?
Yeah. Yeah. Hassan? Yeah.
Open up the...
No way. No way.
Yes, Paul. Tell me.
Yes, Paul, go ahead.
Open up the SQL query broker.
You want to go to the SQL query broker? Okay, let's go there.
Yeah, because I was just looking for. I was going to put a link into the problem code in the ticket.
Okay, so SQL query broker. Yeah, what's up?
There's an apply method there that does the exact same thing, does it not?
Oh, who put that in there?
Well,
Me.
it says Hassan did 147 days ago.
Me 147. And why did we put it here? Did we use it for anything at all? Let's find the references.
One reference.
I'm guessing, Paul, you had to use it for something. Yeah, this is how you got the SQL query, dude. That's how you did it.
Right.
But I'm kind of conflicted because this is not the same, Paul, by the way. This is not the same.
We seem to have two brokers that deal with expressions, don't we? Is that a problem?
It's not a problem. To me, it's pretty much because, remember, expression is a .NET kind of a native model, right? So it's not a problem for me if the domain is different between one broker and the other. And honestly, we need to come back and see why this is here. I mean, we use it here. By the way, this should be a private method because we're not using this anywhere else. Like, this is internal to the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's not part of the interface, is it? So
it's not.
Nope.
It's not. If you go into this interface, you won't find anything in here. That's why it's not accessible. But it should be private.
Yeah, my worry was it was a pure contracts rule break, but yeah, if it's not part of the contract, then it's not breaking any contract rules. It's just like you say, it shouldn't be public.
Just remember, the contract rule break only applies to the foundation services and above, not the brokers. Do you understand? We have a storage broker, dude. We have a storage broker that returns students and teachers, and it has partial classes, but they all return different models. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily apply to the broker. You're only you don't what?
That's not how I implement my brokers deliberately.
Great. All power to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is also restrictions, like your broker is doing a wrapping around an external library or an external API, and you are not guaranteed to kind of get that purity of contract with these APIs. Like, literally, I was just talking to Brian Parker about this yesterday. The OpenAI API takes in a model and returns a completely different model. So you put in an apple and it gives you an orange, right? How are you supposed to have your broker take care of that without business logic in it?
Well, you give your broker an internal model, and it gives you back an internal model.
External model, but yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is that truly the foundation services are the last point of abstraction, right? So it's actually abstract. That's why we proposed things like SPAL and stuff like that, so your domain systems don't have to deal with that stuff. Okay. So anyway, let's come back to this one. So Sam, this is merged. We're good. Let's go back here. Here is let's take a look. Here is the OData, and here's a pull requests and brokers execute expression. Okay, Paul, do you want to start, since you're very active today? Do you want to write a failing test for a foundation service? Can't hear you.
Not really, no.
Okay. I mean, I have an option to kick you off stream. We could do that too.
Seems to be the theme today, doesn't it?
I mean, it's a free country. You have the right to say whatever you want.
There are things.
Let's go, man. I'm getting old. Let's go.
All right.
Sam is like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Surrounded by crazy Sam.
SQL broker or any other classes?
He's just gonna add it to
Sun
the.
and Paul, so
Uh,
you are added a
he's gonna add it to the
couple months
existing
ago.
service. Yes.
So where am I going? What we testing?
So we need to write an O expression, the O expression foundation service. We need to write a new method that does this apply functionality for us.
Okay. Should I just chuck it into the bottom?
So let's start with the O expression service first, because you don't have an interface to test against, right?
Yeah. Services, foundations, IO expression.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to give this.
So it
it's gonna
returns an
return
iQueryable of T.
Just an iQueryable, right?
iQueryable of T, yes.
There can't be of T.
Yeah,
we're
not
executing.
T,
Yeah, we're executing a select expression, right? So we're never going to get an iQueryable T back.
How did we
but
fix
it
that
takes
problem?
iQueryable of T.
Yeah, you'll take an iQueryable of T. That's right. Make sure that the broker does that. That's a good point, Paul.
Apply expression.
Every once in a while, he will make a good observation. Every once in a while.
Occasionally, yeah.
It confused me. We have the execute. Now we have apply.
Florian is saying, "Hey, explain all of this from scratch."
Which one is?
Well, Florian, there's only, what session is this? There's only 77 sessions that we've done. In fact, actually, I recorded this from the very, very beginning. I met with Sam and the architect on his team, Mike, and I literally, from the moment I proposed the project up until now, it's been a good journey. A lot of funny stuff. Can you zoom in a little bit, Paul, because people are on their phones, they can't see nothing. There you go.
Yeah, we have the execute for the same function syntax, but now we have apply expression.
Which syntax do you prefer?
Should I call it execute then?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
the
I'm okay
name
with
of
execute. Yeah, I'm okay with execute.
Well, we're not actually executing anything, are we? We're just applying it to. That's why I was thinking.
Then change your broker name to apply.
The broker name.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you got latest. You got from main latest.
Expression broker.
Oh, you're working on the same branch. Lovely, lovely. So go back to main. Go back to main. And then revert all these changes that you have. Or stash them. That's also an option. And then pull latest. He's 25 commits behind. What does that tell you, Sam? We have a problem. Let's create a new branch.
One PR. Come on.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy right now. Just my heart is just kind of gushing with happiness. Let's create
expression broker.
Create a new branch, dude.
This one. This is what you were referring to, yeah?
Yeah, don't change that yet. Go to create a new branch.
Okay. Git branches.
Oh boy.
Right, from main, new branch, yeah?
Mm.
Do you see that main thing on the bottom right? Bottom right main. Yeah, and then new branch.
New. So there's a new button, new branch.
Oh, you can do it from there. Okay, fair enough. Right.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a principal software engineer.
I don't refer to myself that way.
I'm gonna take you for a ride today. Just wait. You're feeling funny. I'm funny too. I can be very funny too.
I can't even spell features. Features. What are we calling this?
Odin and Next is aiming to become a marketplace for all things related to data querying over the wire. We want to allow anyone, anywhere to offer more querying capabilities so others can benefit from these. Yeah, that's cool. That's right. Yes, that's correct.
Is comments from the YouTube?
Yeah. This is from YouTube. If you look at the screen, yeah. Also, it's on the right side. If you can see it, Sam, it's on the right side. Okay, is he still struggling with creating a branch?
No. I was just asking, what do you want me to call it?
Oh,
you
users,
Paul
You
want
can't see the pop-up,
branch
can you?
name. from you.
users slash Tehuardi slash foundations dash expression dash apply. Paul, we have a question for you from Mabruk. He says, are you using VS Code?
Yeah, totally. Visual Studio's gotten that good these days. It looks as bad as VS Code.
I am so happy with this live stream. You're gonna get trolled publicly. It's just
What, you mean I don't already?
All right, Paul. Let's do an interface.
Right, so
change the name of this to apply.
you want this one changed to apply as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Apply or just apply expression? Or apply
to.
I think
Apply to?
I think apply expression is okay. Let's go with apply expression.
Right.
Make sure you change the interface name as well. Just do control period. It should take care of that for you.
Sorted.
Can-
What?
Hmm.
Disgusting.
What?
What happened to him?
I'm not happy.
What happened? Did someone not make his tea or something? What? Did someone forgot to put sugar in your tea? What happened? Who put a nickel in you? What happened to you? All right. Do a commit there and do a code drop. Change method name. Click on that little pencil down there. Yep, there you go. No, Florian. He doesn't have a Vim plugin. We're just grateful he's using the keyboard. It's good enough for us. Let's go, dude.
I don't need to be any more specific than that, do I?
Yeah, just real quick. Yeah. Oh, Florian uses Vim plugin. Cool. How do you exit Vim though? All right, let's do it.
God damn it.
Cool. I can't write an email now.
I can't either.
This is how you exit a Vim editor for those who are looking for answers. You know, Florian, like almost 50% of the questions on Stack Overflow are how do I exit Vim? It's bad. All right. So is the iQueryable source query or is it just source? It's just source, right?
Yeah, I don't like source query. It's just source.
Raul, to answer your question, because it's doing a select, so whatever type it's returning, it's not the same type that's coming with the iQueryable. It's like mapping, right? So if you're doing an iQueryable of students and you're saying student select student name, you're going to be returning an iQueryable of strings. So it's a completely different set of types. Why the autocomplete is not helping him? That's weird.
Because not all of us are rich. We can't afford all these famous AIs to do all the work for us.
Make it public so you can access it. just talking. If he codes as much as he talks, I'm pretty sure this project would have been done by now. All right, Monk, gotcha. So what are we testing, Paul? Can you help us understand?
Hello. You never answered that question.
We really just want, it's the easiest thing in the world. We want to pass in an iQueryable, any random iQueryable, and any random expression, and we want to verify that these two parameters that have been passed in have been passed downstream, and that we returned whatever was returned from downstream. The easiest test in the world. I'll put it on the, what are you doing? It's a test.
Yeah.
You should just say should apply expression to query. That's it. To source. Uppercase S. It's not JavaScript or Java. I love this. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun. All right, dude, let's go.
I'm gonna start showing up to the AI sessions.
Oh yeah. By
You
the way,
and this man, this of all things.
We thought, by the way, we thought that, and scroll the screen up a little bit because, yeah, thank you. We thought you were actually going to show up. Even Brian Parker asked me this question. He said, I thought more people were going to show up. I said, well, it's a Sunday and it's 12 p.m. It was 6 a.m. for him. And Brian showed up, you know, very active, and he, you know, updated the issue and everything. Do you know who didn't show up?
I knew nothing about it. And then it was like, you were on stream saying 10 minutes ago, we agreed we were going to do this. And I'm like, how is anyone supposed to know?
No one ever knows, Paul. Nobody ever knows.
Well, we got a calendar now, apparently.
We have a calendar, you know, and for the people that are on the stream who didn't really catch the calendar, all you got to do is just go to tinyurl, the standard calendar. Just be aware that when it navigates you, it will navigate you to a whatchamacallit. It's going to navigate you to Chicago time. So you want to make sure you change in the URL whatever you are. It's going to give you an exact. You can also integrate that in your Outlook. So just keep that in mind. Paul, keep your code in the middle of the screen because I pushed all our pictures down so people can see. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Brian kept telling me that in the OpenAI session. It was nice of him.
Have we got a create random expression?
Yeah, I think so.
Create random O expression.
No, I think we have. I think somewhere we have an expression. Sam, how do I create like a dummy expression? Can you do mock of expression? Would that work? It's just going to give you null. I think something like that.
Oh, is it?
What?
Just do we have get random expression?
We don't.
Yeah.
It's
So if you scroll up a little bit, you'll see me doing something like that. Scroll up to that test. I think somewhere there it is. So this is how I created an expression. Do you see this? Just do one like that.
line 54.
Line 54, sir. Yeah. On the screen for people who want to know the standard calendar. All of these are live streams.
We want to generate. I mean, that's a specific expression, right? You want to generate.
It doesn't matter. We actually don't care. We just want to pass whatever we generated.
Ah, fair enough.
So,
Okay,
so for the list though,
this is our input expression, right?
You're gonna have to say random expression and then rename it to input expression.
Well, so create a variable called random expression.
Right, and then create another variable underneath it with the type expression that's called input expression. Input expression.
Equals
Random expression.
random expression.
The same thing with source. Do random source, and then, but this one you can actually randomize, right? I think. Yeah.
Source. Okay. So we're going to say iQueryable. Expected source. Equal to random source. We need to apply this random expression, right?
Right. So let's go to no. What are you doing? No, dude, just leave all of this alone. All of this. Leave all of this alone.
Okay.
As callable.
That's queryable. And we need this to be randomized, my friend. Okay, but we'll do that later. Create another list and call it random. Create another list and call it random source after expression. Preferably under this one that you ran. Yeah, go ahead. And then also randomize, like create a random list for it.
Random list.
Yeah, new list object. We need to create a method that generates a bunch of random objects for us. Okay. Okay. So now what? Now we need to create a new variable underneath that. Call it expected source.
Oh, this will be an iQueryable, right?
Yes, and the one above it, you should call it input source.
This one.
No. Go back. Line 87.
This one. No,
87.
This one.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Don't forget to do the give and when then, so people just know where are you setting things up, where are you doing all that cool stuff. Okay, so expected source, and that will equal the random source after expression. Random source after expression.
Expected source, random source after expression.
Mm-hmm.
Got as queryable.
That's right. Okay, cool. Now let's set up our mock. So this dot expression broker. Nope, still in the given area.
Okay.
We're setting up a mock, right? Yep, dot setup. I think it's just once, yeah. And then broker, fat arrow, new line, and then type in broker.apply and do the rest. There you go. Make the type object, I think. Nice. Nice. And that guy should return the, whatchamacallit, Paul? You should do returns, right? To the next line. Returns.
Dot return. Remove the semicolon.
He's somewhere else.
Yeah, sorry.
Take a tab. Take a tab. Tap. Yep. Returns.
Oh, damn it.
And that's your expected source. Cool. Now this guy's freaking out because you're not putting a type on line 87. Put a type on line 87.
87 here.
Yeah, put a type there.
Just change it to using while.
Yeah. Just line 87, iQueryable of object at the beginning.
Change
Yeah.
it. Change it using while. I think.
Yeah, that's it. See how it's working?
No matter.
So now I was
Yeah.
hoping that it would do the conversion, Sam. Like since we said to the method, this is an iQueryable of object, but generics, right? So okay, now in the when area, type in iQueryable actual source. And then equals, and then this dot OXT077 service. No.
I think mine's not as smart as yours.
This dot.
Expression block motor.
This dot OXT077 service. And then do the apply expression.
It's the broker, isn't it?
No, why did your method is supposed to have that thing as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you not type that in there? Let's go to the method. Let's go to the service. Start with the interface. Start with the interface. Let's do it.
It's the same signature, right, as the expression broker. This one.
No, it's not, because in here you have an O expression, right? So iQueryable stays, iQueryable source stays, but it takes O expression. There you go. Which basically means that we need to create some dummy O expression to do that for us, right? Let's go back to the concrete implementation of the service, and let's put a throw not implemented exception in there.
Oh, I think I can't catch up with all of you.
Your what? Your what?
So we need a right expression in the broker and the service together.
So remember, Sam, we have to honor the contract. You can only play, pure or native, and what we call iQueryable is considered a native type, right? So we're okay with that, as long as, you could just do control period and it writes it for you.
I thought it would, but normally it gives you the red squiggly up here to say you
No, just press anyway. Just press
Oh.
anyway, see what it does. Well, you already wrote the method, so not finite number exception.
I don't know where it got that from.
That's good. Yeah, there you go. And now you can basically pass in. So you need an O expression, right? The good news is that you can create a variable called input O expression and just pass that expression in. So O expression, yeah, go for it. You're going fine. var input O expression. O expression.
Can we use the it.any using the it.any for the
You can use it any if
input?
you can use it as any if and only if you don't care about the inputs, but in this happy path you do.
Yeah, we don't care about its input now, right?
No,
Do
not
we?
yet. No, we do. We care about the input, right? There you go.
We care the
Perfect.
input.
Yeah, Paul, we don't care about the rest. Take a new line after line 90. Cool. Let's go. Now break that apart a little bit because it's weird. Okay, so what are we verifying? Actual source should be identical to expected source. So let's do that. So actual source should be equivalent to expected source. There we go. Just do tab. Yep, perfect. But also we need to verify that we actually called this mock with these parameters. Broker. Input expression.
Yeah.
Take that down and then do times once. Yeah. Yep. Give me a new tab on line 109 and then give me a VNO on all your mocks and we should be done. Nope. Give me a tab on line 110.
110 tab.
Yep. And then just do a VNO on the rest of these.
VNO?
Yeah. Verify no other calls.
Oh. Here.
Yep. If you type VNO, it'll just bring it up for you. Sure.
Did not know that.
Do we have any other dependencies here? If you go to the root file for that test, do you see any other mocks in there? Scroll up, 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 up. Yeah, we're good. All right, sir, let's fail. That wasn't painful at all. We had fun.
Where did that come from?
Control KE. Control KE. Done. Do we have copyrights on top of this file?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
We do.
So run the test. Make sure that this test that you just wrote fails. Yeah, that new one, the blue one. Do you see the blue one on the top right?
No.
Do you see that Test Explorer? In your Test Explorer, they have a blue one.
Where?
Blue one. In the middle, top middle.
Top middle.
Top middle.
Ah.
Run that.
I was looking in the list. I was like, "Where's the blue one?"
You don't pair enough with me. That's why you're like, where is everything, right? But it's okay. We'll pull you into 20 other projects. How did that? Hold on.
So you can berate me.
So that failed, right?
Yeah.
One field.
Did it fail for the right reason?
One way to find out.
Scroll
It
up.
failed.
Good. Give it back. Give it to Sam. Sam, you're gonna write some code. Yay!
Is it okay to commit this as one commit? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this is foundations.
Nope. You just put in the test name, thin arrow, and then fail.
Test name.
Right there on the screen.
This guy.
Yeah, it's right there in the middle of the screen. Sure, we can do it the hard way too. Sounds good. All right, Sam, you're it. Let's go.
Share screen.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. Oh yeah, heads up for the people on the stream. He doesn't use dark mode, so you get ready, put on your shades because he's just gonna go wild right now. There you go. Hi, Sam. I mean, that's one way to stand out from the crowd.
Oh, what's your name?
What's your branch name? Just search apply. Just do a fetch and search apply. You should find it.
Sorry, I can't see anything. My hand's gone white.
Oh, it's 5 minutes ago from Paul body.
Yeah, that's the one. Let's do it. So, Sam, do you think you can make it pass?
I don't think so.
That's okay, man.
And you wonder why I don't turn the light on in here very often. Don't need it. Just get Sam to turn up on stream. It's like natural sunlight coming in here.
You guys are crazy. Swear to God.
What's funny?
Nothing at all, Sam.
It's failed.
Yeah, it failed. Let's make it pass. That's test-driven
Yes.
development. That's how we do it.
It's not even a valid test. Didn't you say we're going to have to make some stuff first?
Yeah, I'm going to come back after you're done with all of that and then generate random data.
Why we come here? The broker.
Yeah.
But it's all expression service.
Mm-hmm.
Should be here.
That's right.
Just got to call the broker.
Just literally, you're just gonna have to call the broker.
Yeah.
This dot.
Hold on.
Good.
But it kind of passes the test.
Yeah,
Can
do a fat arrow, please, Sam, because this is what's just a one-liner.
Say it
Do a
again.
fat arrow. Do a fat arrow. It's a one-liner. Do a fat arrow.
Line 39, Sam. Fat arrow. And then on line 40, remove the brace.
I can't hear you. Hi.
On line 39, goes to fat arrow.
Fat
At
arrow.
the end. At the end.
At the end.
At the end. Goes to.
Make it an action, Sam. Just keep it on the right.
Let's put it in there.
Just put it at the top, Sam.
Perfect, Sam. Commit
Right
that.
next to the method.
It's a Sam's turn to sort it out.
Right next to the method, Sam. I need a lot of Xanax after this. This is too
Like
much.
this?
Yeah, and then just
Perfect.
take the line to the next line. All right, run your test. By the way, as painful as this may seem,
I do like this one.
if people are pairing together like this, that saves a ton of time on the pull requests, back and forth comments. There you go. You made it pass. Now give it to me so I can clean it up and wrap up this
Oh, I
session.
did it.
Yeah, you did it. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You did absolutely as much work as Paul Wordy.
Hey. I'll have you know, I wrote at least 10 lines of code.
Oh my God, you wrote 10 lines of code?
Yeah, the most work I've done all day.
It's the most work I've done all day. All right, my turn. Let's do this. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Sam, I'm going to need you to get a little bit more comfortable. What is this? A TypeScript ORM looking like EF Core. What are we talking about here? So,
TypeScript.
lights on. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hi, Vladimir. Does the dark mode make you sleepy? They're asking you, Sam. People are asking you. Why are you using the dark mode? They're asking. What do you have to say to them?
Is a question for me?
Yeah. Why do you use light mode? People are asking.
You mean Visual Studio?
Yeah.
That's
Someone's
my
got
style.
to use it.
That's
my style.
It's his preference, Florian. What, like, not everyone has to dress up like French people. We don't have to all dress up like you people. Anyway, let's go back to this. What did you call it, Paul? Apply. And here's Paul. And let's pull this. Are you guys having fun? Because I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally totes, you know. Okay, so what are we missing here? In this in the logic piece, there is this guy here. So it should apply expression to source, right? These are not really randomized, right? So that basically means, just so people who are, you know, kind of getting used to test-driven development and whatnot, I can very easily just go and make up a list, an empty list of object, right? And it wouldn't make any difference. So anybody can go around your test and make it look like it's actually legit when it's not. So what are we going to do about this? I'm going to go here and kind of generate a random list, right? So I'm going to go here and say private static list object. In fact, let me just do it on iQueryable for you, so I could save you a click. Get random or create random iQueryable. When do we say get and when do we say create? Any suggestions?
Can I find this answer from your standard?
Huh?
Can I find the answer from your standard?
No, I didn't document that yet.
So when I asked you about this, you told me that it depends on context. So if we're talking to an API, we use HTTP verbs.
No.
If we're talking to a database, we use CRUD verbs.
Yes, that's true. That part is true, but this is a completely different question. I am saying, when do you say get random string? Why did I say here get random string, but I said create random source? Why is that?
Hassan's magical rules.
There's a reason for it. A very good reason too.
Say it.
So get, if I say get random number, the numbers are already there. We're just getting a random one of them, But when you're creating the objects are not already there. You're generating data that may or may not exist. Like if I tell you, give me a random number, right? The numbers from 1 until infinity, they're already there. So you're getting 1 from existing numbers. But when you're creating objects, the objects are not actually there yet.
Computers don't just store all of the numbers, you know.
I know
number
that.
is there, but the number object, if we get the number from memory, we need to create a memory or assign memory to hold that number. But that memory is not there.
Right, not the programming or location in the address. It generates things. It creates a value that may or may not exist, like an object with a name and a date of birth and all that. It's a probability, but it doesn't already exist in nature. But when I tell you, give me a number, numbers are already out there, all of them. So you're getting a number. No, not coming through.
That's
Okay.
not true of strings, though, surely.
Do you have the get random string? The string is always there.
So yeah, so this is, thank you for asking this. This one is a big issue for discussion. Do we say get random strings because the sequence of strings are there or not? I am indifferent. I am on the fence. We should probably say, we should say create random string, because that sequence or sequence of characters is not necessarily out there in nature, right? Now, let me ask you a question. So if you have an enum, do you say create or get? Create random enum or get random enum?
Well,
Create.
the definition of an enum is the thing that's you're saying is already there, right? Because
right.
like all integers are already there. They're defined as a thing in nature.
But
by defining an enum, I'm saying this is the definition of it. So it's already there.
It's already there. So it's a get.
Mm-hmm.
Correctly. What if I gave you an existing list? Check this out. What if I give you an existing list of students and I told you these are the only list of students that can go through the system, and we're trying to test this? Are we getting a random student to pass in, or are we creating a random student to pass in?
They already exist. You're picking one that's there.
Get.
So it's get.
Right.
Schnickelodeon. Is this Schnickelodeon? Are you the dude from Germany? What's his name? I forgot. He's
Jeremy like this.
The dude from Germany who has Polish origins. What's his name? Oh my God. Stanislav. Are you Stanislav? Stanislav. He's definitely. He could be Stanislav. I don't know. But anyway, back to his answer. Yeah, strings are immutable, so it should be create random string. I agree, 100%. Okay, let's just go back to the code here and clean this up. Daniel Crane said getting random student. That's right. So let's go back here. Are you he's smiling. Are you Stanislav or not? Yes, you are. I know you are. Okay. So this is an iQueryable of an object. We created random source after expression. You don't need to do that. So I'm just creating random source in here, right? And I'm saying this is an iQueryable like this, and I'm just saying random source after expression like that. So that's another piece that I'm cleaning up. And I'm gonna give this. No, I'm not Stanislav, but I am also from Germany. Okay, all right. I thought you were Stanislav. All right. I don't know a lot of German. Ich heiße Hassan. Ich komme von Ägypten or something like that. I'm trying. Wie heißt du or something like that. Anyway, so this is the expression. This is all of that. That's great. And then what we can do now. So now this is cleaned up. This is pretty clean. Let's go back here. Do I just leave this to the community? Okay. For people who never did any open source stuff, go to the OData Neo fork that source, the main, and change get random string to create random string, and have yourself kind of contribute, get yourself kind of used to this kind of practice of participating in open source projects free low-hanging fruit if you wanna do so. Okay. Okay. All right. So now this should be a little bit cleaner. Let me go back here. Expression, input expression. Now, since this is only one thing that we have to pass, I'm gonna resolve to not do a scope here because it looks funny. So input expression dot input O expression dot expression equals input expression, like that. Instead of doing scope, do scope when it's multiple, do only one. Someone might ask, where are you having these rules at? For the people that are not familiar with the C# standard, not the engineering standard, but there is a C# standard out there. Go to this repository here. Take a look at the rules. Pick what makes sense to you. C# standard. This is another thing that just kind of guides how we use things and stuff like that. And I think the last, did I leave it in variables somewhere here? You'll find this rule. There it is. So don't do that. If it's just one, don't do that. But it's multiple, do that. Do this when it's just one property. It'll kind of make the code consistent, and it'll help you a lot when you're kind of developing software. It's going to make it a lot easier when engineering teams have engineering standards. Life is so much more fun, guys. You can program with your eyes closed. Okay.
On that line, Hassan, would you move O expression over to where var is and then just use new?
Would I move O expression here?
Yeah.
To where var is?
Replace var with O expression.
Uh-huh. Oh, no. No, I would not. I know what you're talking about. You want to do new like this.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you?
Because the last thing you see out of this variable is going to be something that doesn't really tell you what the type is.
So I was always told that it was, and this obviously has been years of, programming community, if you like. The general rule with C-like languages is essentially if the thing on the right doesn't give you the type information, you put it on the left. But if you've got it on the left, you don't need it on the right.
That's right. That's the rule. If it's on the it's on the right, we go and do this. So the right side is the last thing you see before you move on to the next line. So if this says new like this, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what that was. I have to go back to the beginning of the line, and that is consuming your cognitive resources. It's burning. Think about your brain as a battery. So the harder is the code to read, the more exhausted. Have you ever been through code and then you feel so exhausted after just reading one page of that code? Why? It's burning cognitive resources. It's making you put a lot of time and effort to understand it. That's bad code right there.
What's the triple dot that you're getting there then? Is that the compiler suggesting?
It's Visual Studio telling me, no, do it this way. And I'm telling Visual Studio that's horrible.
Yeah.
Daniel says, why use a var instead of strongly typed variable declaration? Here's a strongly typed variable. On the right side, if it's clear, you don't need it here. That would be just redundant. Like if I go and do like this, that's just redundant.
Yeah.
I already know that this is a no expression from here.
Yeah. I would either put it one side or the other, but not both.
Yeah, not both. That's right. Yeah. That's like saying apple, apple, apple. Well, we already know it's an apple, right? Right. Okay.
That was one of the things that got me questioning some of the way that you name methods. Because like if I've got say I've got a student service and I'm calling into a student broker, I call student broker.getAllStudents. It's like, well, if I call student broker.getAll, do I not know that a student broker should return students from that?
Which student? It could be external student, could be local student. How do you know?
Well, if there was a method that was like get local or get all or get external, they would all be students, yeah? Because of the contract purity thing.
Right.
So this was something that, because like I started doing that early on when I was adopting the standard. And then over time, I started naming things the way you name them. And I don't know why, but I seem to prefer it now, but I thought it was something that while we were talking about naming, it was a random thing that was worth bringing up.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm hoping that we can find a way, just speaking of which, that we change the difference. Should we call this invoke? No, that's not invoke because you're invoking the method, right?
Yeah.
We'll think about a better name for it, because ideally we don't want our foundation services and our brokers to speak the same language. Sometimes there's no way around it, but this is also a very special case. What does Schnickelodeon? Oh, like Nickelodeon? So he's Schnickelodeon. Okay, got it. Now I read it. Even var in C# is strongly typed. The compiler will replace var with the type. That's right.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. I think during lowering. What's lowering? What does that mean, Paul?
It's one of the compilation stages. Essentially, if you think about how C# works, right? You go from the C# code to MSIL to native. And during those stages, there's much more granular stages as well, where the code effectively just gets rewritten and rewritten and rewritten until it becomes something that the computer can execute. But one of those stages is lowering, which is basically taking the higher level code down to a lower level.
I see what you're saying.
And I say that using Y can avoid unintentional implicit casting.
For implicit casting, yeah.
Yeah, if a return type is a type A, but you have a type B to get the result, and A is not same as type B, but A can implicitly cast to B. So if you put A or put B to accept the result, you'll do the implicit casting. But if you're using one, there's no implicit casting. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so thank you, Sam. Let me run a quick cleanup, and then I have money to give people. So here is a little challenge for the people on the stream. If one of you can run expression, I like that, Mabruk. I think that might work. If one of you can come up with a way to randomize generating expressions, you see how here Paul, and I basically put expression.constant. That's hacky, right? That's not actually a random expression. If someone can come up with a nice, easily readable method that can generate truly random expressions, I will give you a $25 Amazon gift card. Wherever you are in the world, if you use Amazon, whatever the case may be, find me a way that can generate truly random expression. Because as you can see here in line 86, it's not clear. It's not good. This is bad code. So
something tells me our OSQL broker is about to break.
You think so? Why? You think I can't build?
No, because valid link is not necessarily valid link to EF.
Oh, I see. Yeah, true.
So,
but we're controlling that. We're not just passing any link. We're the ones creating that link expression. Like the external user have no control over that. Okay. So
but in the context of this test, you're asking for truly random, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, and that's okay because we're mocking the broker, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Right. So okay, run code cleanup, and rewrite test, or just cleanup test. Okay, so here's all that. Control push. Okay, and then we're gonna put that pull request on draft mode because we're not done, right? What's left, Sam? You owe us a failing test, but where? What's left? Do you know? Any ideas? Anyone knows what's left in this implementation?
What's left for the implementation?
Yeah, I mean, we wrote the happy path, right? But there's a lot of other things that we need to do, right? The work is not done, is it?
Is there any validation work to do here, or is it just exceptions?
Absolutely. People are going to give you an expression that is invalid or a source that is null, empty, or invalid? Of course.
Well, Paul, you are a smart guy.
I used the standard once.
He used the standard once.
Yeah.
And that was the only time.
Hassan berated me for it, so I just stopped using it then.
Foundations, and what is it? Foundations, and then apply expression to source. So this is on draft. So I'm going to create this in draft because the work is not done yet. There's still exception handling, and there's still validations, right? And one homework for you, Sam, to write us a failing test.
Okay.
And on that note, I think we should be okay for today. For the people watching, you'll find, just keep an eye on this standard calendar. You'll see a lot of invitations there, stuff about OpenAI. There's engagement with Chris Tui and others on the community about the actual core concepts and the standard. The beautiful thing about this community is, just for everyone to understand, is that I have a bunch of people working with AI, and then we have a bunch of people building products like OData. And then we have, a bunch of people researching the standard itself and trying to kind of upgrade, how we handle things, how we handle exceptions, how we do logging, how we do security stuff. There's many, many projects going on. And soon, very soon, Paul and I will start kind of doing a series also about, entrepreneurial engineering. Like, you're a software engineer. I don't want you to be an employee for the rest of your life. I want you to be able to start your own business and make your own money. What a lot of software engineers don't understand out there is that the stuff that they do could make them extremely rich. They just don't know how. So the only thing that they know how to do is to be employed, to just go and be employed, get paid a bunch of pennies, and then they think, oh, I'm successful because I'm working here and there. I am going to start this series to help people kind of, how do you prospect? How do you find your customers? How do you build projects for these customers? How do you succeed? How do you actually gain true freedom and independence into whatever you do? Cool. So, stand by, because this is also coming in the works. We're trying to be good for this community. We're trying to help engineers kind of do whatever they want. The reason why we're doing this, just for the people watching, is that I see a lot of engineers that learn best practices and they want to do best practices, but then they go and end up in a company, on a team, where they don't apply these principles and standards. So now the engineer is at conflict, right? Because they know what the right thing to do is, but people don't want to apply it. So they end up in two places. Either they work themselves to death to kind of rewrite everything, or they kind of quit. They just can't do it, or they cause conflict at work. People are saying, we're not going to do it this way. We're not going to test drive. But what if you owned your own business, or you are in a community like this where you're actually working with people who actually appreciate that kind of effort, right? What's it like to work with people that actually truly research and agree to write things the way it's meant to be written? That's a much happier life. And I know that when engineers are happy and excited, they innovate amazing things. So, stay tuned. I'm going to really evolve this community in a way, with the help of people like Sam and Paul and Brian and, everybody, literally, Christo, Mabruk, everybody, really, just amazing community. So without any further ado, keep an eye on the calendar. Talk to you later. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.